Hi guys, 18 Dap here and welcome to Season 3, Episode 1 of the FIFA20 Career Mode with Doncaster Rovers, our second season in the Championship, and we are pushing for playoffs as a minimum expectation this season. This episode though, the first episode, we've got pre-season friendlies, so what I'm wanting to do is something a little different to what we've done over the last couple of seasons. I'm just wanting to show you the score lines. People aren't that bothered about pre-season friendlies. It's a good way of getting a little bit more cash into the funds. So you'll just be getting the scoreline of Molde, Rosenborg and Empoli in the group stage, and then hopefully we get through. You'll get the scoreline of the semi-final and the final. If we win it, might leave the trophy lifting in there as well. But not too fussed about pre-season friendlies as long as we get a little bit of cash. But what I am wanting to do is play the first game of the season, Charlton, and also Leeds United at home for the first game of August. I want to play Leeds because it'll be a good benchmark. They thrashed us 5-1 last season. So with the additions of Connor Wickham and the other player escapes me. Let's find him. He was a left back. Connor Townsend. So we've got Connor Wickham and Connor Townsend. Townsend is 71, so a lot better than Nedjalkov last season, who was gone. And then we've got Connor Wickham up top, 71 overall, which means that he's better than Kiefer Moore and Vukic. So I think Connor Wickham, although his rotation, I think he'll be getting more game time than he expects. We will see if those two additions have improved the squad enough to give us that playoff push. I think we do need a few more though, so we will be looking into recruitment over the next couple of episodes before the transfer window deadline day. Other than that, objectives for this season that the club have given us. Let's have a quick look through youth development. 2 seasons, have at least one player from the youth academy sign in the first season, play at least 50% of games in the next season. So we need to do a bit of youth development this year. We need to sell out at least 85% attendance for half of the games this season. So if we're having a good season, that should be doable. Within 3 seasons, increase season ticket holders with at least 10%, so another good season should hopefully do that. Finish the season with a profit margin of 27 million, that's tough, that is very difficult to do. We may fail on that one. Low priority for domestic success, so wanting a mid-table, I'm wanting higher. Reach round 32 stage of the FA Cup. I would like a decent cup run in the Carling Cup as well, and then continental success. We're not in Europe, so nothing there. I'm quite happy with them objectives. I think we'll be able to achieve the majority of those. The financial one is going to be tough. So with that, because we wanted to get a couple more players. On to players, our finances, we've got a transfer budget of 9 million with 46,000 wage budget. So enough to get 2, maybe 3 very, very good signings. And that's where I need your guys' help. If you know anybody within that budget, in the comments down below, who should I scout and who should I look at buying? And with that, let's get into the pre-season friendlies. So guys, that is the end of Season 3, Episode 1. A quick recap. Pre-season friendlies went okay. Decent to see Wickham and Townsend in play. Got through the group, won every single game, 2-1, 3-0 and 3-2. That was a decent game, that one. 1-0 up, 2-1 down, then winning 3-2. And then the semi-final against Rapid Vienna. A late defeat, 2-1, so we couldn't quite get to the final. And then two very good results in the league at home. 2-1 to Charlton after going 1-0 down. And then in the big one, a decent 2-0 home win against Leeds. So a very, very good start to this season. The pre-season tournament got us a little bit of money. Let's have a quick look at the earnings. Pre-season prize money 1.89 million, and I used that to set up a couple of scouting, youth scouting thingamajiggies. So hopefully them scout reports should come back soon, and we should get a decent youth team player to complete the objective for the youth development. So one player from the youth academy signed in the first season, play 50% in next season. So we need a very good player if we're going to make it to the Premier League. Brand exposure, we're still at 2 out of 2 for his home games. Thought there'd be decent crowds with those 2 home games, and we're up to 16% of the £27 million profit margin, but that will probably go down to 0% because we're wanting to fetch a couple more players in. We are looking light in terms of a squad, but probably a little bit lighter due to the fact that I sold Madja Gomez. An offer came in for just over £1 million, and we've got another player who can fill in for the position that Madja plays. Let's have a quick look at the squad. I'd like to get another keeper, 70 overall or higher than 70, to put pressure on Harris. Madja Gomez gone, but Longstaff can fill in that position. But as you can see, there's a lot of players under 70 rated, so we do need to improve this squad quite a bit if we're going to compete at the upper ends of the Championship and in the Premier League, hopefully next season. So some big changes coming. Hopefully we need to look at pre-contract signings because his budget isn't that big. I've also started scouting a few players who have got release clauses. Let's have a quick look at that. And one has come in who looks pretty handy. Daniel Arzani. He is a 73 overall right midfielder. His value is 6 million, release clause at 4.25, so we could pay that and get an absolute bargain if he joined. I think he will probably be one of the first signings this season if we can get him. The budget 9 million, it takes a big chunk out of that, but decent little player. Next episode, let's have a quick look at the schedule. We're starting in the Carabao Cup. I said at the start of the episode that we want to have a decent run in that. We'll probably just finish off August. Sunderland away, West Brom at home, Huddersfield away and Millwall at home. So a lot of home games in the first month or so. 4 home, 2 away in the league. So yeah, we'll get up to Millwall in episode 2. As I said earlier, need your help in terms of players to buy, so in the comments down below let me know. But I'm going to leave it here. If you've enjoyed it, big thumbs up for us please. Comments in the section down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. As always, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.